Stop playing with them,
Hi, I'm Nicola Cairncross. Welcome to my podcast. This is where we talk about entrepreneurship, digital marketing, being a digital nomad, and much, much more. I really hope you enjoy the show. Okay, well, welcome everyone. It's Nicola Cairncross here, and it's one of my weekly what's worked, what hasn't, and what's changing reports. And I like to do this weekly, even for myself. And I've started doing it live on YouTube so that you guys can follow along if you want to. And basically, it's a way of keeping myself accountable to my business and in my business. And it's a very simple format. I've been doing it for many, many years, ever since I worked for Benny Gray of the Space Organisation. He taught it to me. And woe betide you if you went home without emailing it into him on a Friday night. So, yeah, this week's been absolutely fantastic. I can't remember the last time I was able to say that about a week so unequivocally. It suddenly got really busy. I've joined a few groups on Facebook and managed to find a few really active ones. And just before I did that, and it was one of the things that I was on my list of things to do. But just before that, a friend of mine got in touch. We'd been very, very good friends back in the mid-90s. Then we both had children, went to separate ends of the country, and basically hadn't seen each other. And she's just moved to Valencia. And one of my friends has moved there too. So I've introduced them and we've got back in touch. And she introduced me to this very lively group of, not exclusively female, I think it's Gen X business people. The woman who set it up, Susanna, asked me to run a masterclass for them because I'd been giving her a bit of, a few tips about membership sites and setting up communities online and all that stuff. So, and then the same week, I got an invitation to speak on using AI in business. And I'm becoming, increasingly keen on this and using it quite a lot. So I said yes to that one as well. And then an invitation came in from Angel Jones, who has got a fantastic podcast called 12-Minute Convos. And he first interviewed me back in 2016, we both established. But we both couldn't remember whether I was in Greece or whether I'd not yet gone to Greece. And it turns out I'd been in Greece for a week when I did his first interview. So I was able to update him on the second one about what had happened since then. And it was a very, very fun thing. We managed to cram quite a lot into 12 minutes, I can tell you. So go and check out that. And that was very good fun. What else has happened? I've been trying out different lead magnets for my ideal client. In fact, I've been trying out different ideal clients. I think I've finally got to my definitive ideal client now. And so I've been running different lead magnets through ChatGPT. And because I've uploaded my ideal client PDF and various other bits of information, ChatGPT is getting much better at suggesting lead magnets for me that might attract my ideal client to, and if they ever come to the website, that is, because a lot of the time everything happens on social media and nobody ever visits your website. So I wanted there to be a lead magnet there anyway, and I wanted that to be something I could give away to people who booked onto my free masterclass, which runs once a week on a Wednesday. And I wanted to be able to give something to people who registered but didn't turn up, to get them to rebook and come again. Well, I've been with Active Campaign for many, many years, and I like them enormously. And I've got quite a few automations set up, more than I should have, I'm sure. And the thought of moving fills me with horror. But they've started putting their prices up without any notice and quite dramatically. And then the other thing they've started doing is saying, you're getting to the end of your email send limit. Well, there's never been email send limits before. So basically, if you're sending more than X number of emails a month, then you have to pay extra, as well as the extra charges just to be there. So it's all getting a little bit too much, really. And because I've started sending out short daily emails with new, links to the new blog posts every day, actually, I'm creeping up close to these newly imposed limits. So that's not working for me at all. What else? So automating my emails has worked, and I'm going to go on to talk about what hasn't and what's changing in a minute. So what else has worked? Just everything really. I've hammered down my brand new signature program, which is a 3-month intensive which is 9 calls over 12 weeks to give you a chance to catch up or talk about other things in between. So there's a set curriculum, but it's quite flexible in working around your business specifically. And that's now called the Authority Accelerator, which I quite like. I like a bit of alliteration. So I know what that is. I know what it's going to cost, what the investment's going to be for people. Basically, my funnel is now complete. I've got a front-end lead magnet. I've got a free live masterclass, which is something to come and experience me on live and get my help live if you want to. And then that leads to a 15-minute triage call where we have a quick chat to see if you've got the right kind of business and the right kind of attitude, and if I've got the right kind of knowledge and skills to work that you're looking for. And then if that works, then I then make you the offer to join the accelerator. And if you can't afford the accelerator or you're not in the right place business-wise to join the accelerator, then the counter offer is okay. Well, would you just like to book in for a couple of hours consultancy every so often? And that is the entire funnel. So I'm now in the best place ever to move from ActiveCampaign to somewhere else, and I'll tell you where I'm moving to in a minute. Going on to what hasn't worked. Well, nothing much apart from this ActiveCampaign business. But the other thing that hasn't worked is working out how to rig up my old iMac, which Nelson, my son's got, but he's about to go to Canada for a couple of years, to my Mac laptop, which is a MacBook Pro. And I really want to start using the bigger screen as my main monitor, because I've noticed over the last few days, it doesn't help that I'm sitting facing a very bright window that I have to put the Venetian blinds down on, which came with the flat, unfortunately. But yes, it's facing a very bright window and looking at a very small screen every day, because it's quite, what is it, a 15-inch? No, it's a 15-inch laptop. At MacBook. Not sure what the MacBook Pro is, but it's not that huge. 12-inch? 15. I think it's a 15-inch screen. Anyway, far too small against a bright window, and it's not good. So my eyes are suffering this week. So that's not working at all. So these are what's called tolerations, little things you tolerate that sap your energy every single day. As well as the what's worked, what hasn't, and what's changing, I also keep a note of my tolerations in my diary, journal, workbook that I use every week, wired up to the monitor. I'm not sure if I need a Thunderbolt cable, 2, 3 or 4. I'm not absolutely sure, but my son's going to have a look at it for me. Yeah, what's changing then? So this is what the section where you look at what worked and you look at what hasn't, and you decide what you're going to change this coming week. And I think what I'm going to change this coming week is going to my next choice of automated email supplier, which I think is going to be ConvertKit, now called kit.com. God, that must have cost them a fortune to buy that, because I've got a very simple funnel now that I can go through and set up while my ActiveCampaign one is still running. And I've got 2 weeks free on kit.com to see if I like it. It does everything that I need that ActiveCampaign does, and that I need any email auto response system to do. So I can't see a problem, but I'd like to set it up and try it first. What else is changing? Feel really happy with my signature program and the downsell. ActiveCampaign's moving. That's pretty much it. I think that's pretty much it. So that's quite an easy week for me. Normally the what's worked section is pretty small. The what hasn't worked is medium, and the what's changing section is usually pretty big. So if you're watching this today, or if you're watching it afterwards, then I would love to hear about your what's worked, what hasn't, and what's changing underneath in the comments. Wherever you view this, I'll be able to see your comments and perhaps give you some feedback. Don't hesitate to put your accountability answers in below. And I look forward to speaking to you next week, tell you how it went. You've been listening to Nicola Cairncross of nicolacairnext.com. Well, I hope you enjoyed the show today. We've got lots of resources on the website, so do come over to check them out. And by all means, feel free to book yourself into my diary at nicolacairnext.com/diary. I love to talk to entrepreneurs.